So today, we're playing the Pyromancer, and we may have made an Immortal double X Dark Lantern build. It does crazy things just like this, so that should be able to help with it. But we'll see. Now with the blueberries in, we have a better chance of stacking up that mana. But is it going to be enough? We do get that invulnerability. We get our invulnerability once again, making us the Unkillable double X scaling. However, I could be eating my words here because they have a ton of armor. It's going to be close. But hey, check this run out and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with the Pyromancer and scene, just like I can do today. That is a wolf badge. Should we take it and become Berserker for today? Let's go ahead and grab it. Now we can take this broom, or we could offer up everything like this and try to get something kind of crazy, although I do kind of want to keep the wolf badge and try to go for something a little bit crazier. Now I do want to grab a flame, I do want to grab a lump of coal, but I do actually want to craft a burning coal rather than offering this up. Now I do want to roll, that's an axe. I do really want to grab. However, I'm going to buy the stone and the pocket sand. I'm going to offer up these 3 items. Now this is not a crazy round one because all we have is a dagger, a broom, a stone, pocket sand, tiny bit of healing with the shiny shell, but that's all the healing that we do have. However, we do have damage mitigation with the wolf badge, so it might not be too bad. We are going to begin another pyro with 10 more max HP, so we are dealing a good bit of damage. We do start off with 1 in power, and so far, amazing. And with that, we did get ourselves a frying pan, which we can craft up a shovel if we do want. But I'm not sure if we do want. Now, we could have also traded a broom because we were going with axe. That's something we probably should have done. Because right now, I'm actually going to sell these items. I'm going to take the axe from right now. I'm going to slot it in here. I do not want to offer this up though. And I do want to be a little bit greedy and take a box of riches. Now, we do have 2 gold. We can take this garlic, but I'm going to use it to roll to try and find some extra storage, even more flames. That's going to be fantastic. And we could also take the regular ruby for some lifesteal, which might be kind of awesome. There's a lot of gold for this if you do want it though. I think right now though, I'm going to grab the banana, I'm going to grab the fanny pack, and we're going to need a lot of stamina if we're going to go for double X, potentially. We'll see, this should be able to scale up a lot of damage, especially for stacking up heat as well, because we're going to be increasing a lot of attack speed, and we are pretty much dead this round. Unfortunately, this ranger. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Just did way too much to us. We did get our molten dagger, which is going to be fantastic. We are going to be taking this too. Which is going to be taking the big old banana. We can slot that in. We did get one of these to remove our opponent's buffs. We're going to be taking our flame. And I did want to grab this as well, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. I will roll once. That is a regular ruby, which we can actually take if we do sell our lump of coal and our flame to grab it. But we do need our flames here, that's for sure. So unfortunately, at this point, I'm actually going to reserve it, and I'm going to roll on. We should be in a much better position with molten dagger. It is going to eat up our flames, which might not be too great, because it does decrease the speed of our axe. With the fanny pack, we should be able to scale up that damage here pretty fast. And smashing, especially going to begin this Berserker with just a wooden sword, so we definitely got kind of lucky facing that opponent. Now let's grab this for that lifesteal. I'm going to be kind of greedy to take a leather bag. I'm going to roll once. I'm going to sell this topaz for this topaz. And I'm also going to take this flame. However, I'm going to use this one to increase the speed of our axe even more. And that should be pretty decent. We also want to take as much flames as possible because we are going to need to start offering up things in our offering bowl to get flames, because it's going to be a lot harder to get flames in our shop. And unfortunately, our opponent is actually turbo deleting us here. Holy moly, that was super close. We barely won. That was genuinely kind of crazy. Now, I do want to roll for quite a bit. I'm going to grab both these for now. I do want to roll trying to find that axe. Now, help out, I'm going to grab since it's on sale. We can always sell it back. That's a salmon sack, which is kind of good too, though. Mana orb is kind of crazy. We're not going to be able to take it. We unfortunately didn't find it, and if we do continue to roll, we are going to be losing a lot of gold value. So unfortunately, I don't think we can actually roll anymore. Now I'm going to offer up this help out so we get some flames back. I do also want to craft up this into a better amethyst, and I'm going to offer up this chipped ruby as well. So we're going to move on. Now we did waste a lot of gold rolling to try to get this double X, so unfortunately we could fall behind in trying to force this. And so far, we're not putting a dent in our opponent because they have that leather armor. And unfortunately, they scale up way too much spikes. Which is super unfortunate. It is what it is. However, that is a corrupted crystal, which is going to be fantastic if we do go Dark Lantern. So I'm going to have to grab it. That's also regular sapphire, which I'm going to grab, which is on sale. I do want to grab this fanny pack, but I'm going to roll to specifically try and find the axe. Or we could just bite the bullet and take the hungry blade. I'm going to keep rolling. Eye lamp is kind of crazy. We do kind of have to take this. At this point, I'm going to sell a molten dagger to actually take it. I'm going to sell this regular ruby to roll once more. And unfortunately, we're a little bit behind. We're going to move on. Yeah, we're a little bit behind in trying to get this double axe. We could have took some alternate opportunities to go for Bloodthorn, which would be kind of awesome. To be honest, it would be a lot better than this axe right now. That's for sure. However, we do have that damage mitigation. Battle Rage is going to be enough. That axe is going fast. And smashing. Actually pulling ahead of that point. And honestly, worth the wait. Definitely going to be worth the wait. So I want the cheese and I do want the axe as well. So we're going to grab the axe. We are going to craft up this double axe. Now the banana is going to have to go in. We cannot offer this up. We're also going to have to take this fanny pack too. And we're going to have to increase the speed of our big old banana. Now I am going to reserve this cheese. Are we happy with our setup? Not exactly. I do actually want to move this down. So we actually get the value from our wolf patch. And we are going to offer up these chipped emeralds. And we're going to move on with this for now. And we are going to be in trouble until we craft up double axe. Because this is going to consume a lot of stamina. And unfortunately our opponent is dealing a crazy amount of damage to us. Definitely. With all setup, they would just go in turbo nuts with their damage. We got a double axe, which is going to be fantastic. We do not want to offer it up, even though it's worth quite a lot of gold. And I do want to go Dark Lantern since we have a corrupted crystal. And especially with our wolf badge, because we can potentially get this online at the very beginning of the fight. So let's go and grab our Dark Lantern. We do also want to grab the cheese. We can also craft up Heart of Darkness to be stealing our opponent's buff. But let's grab the cheese for now. And I'm going to have to roll. I would kind of like to take this flawed amethyst to craft up into Baron. Yeah, I'm going to grab it and then I'm going to roll. Looking for more storage. Do not want any of these items. I'm going to roll again. Definitely want this leather bag. Do not want to sell any of our flames. I'm going to sell our blueberries. And these chipped amethyst. Basically, we just bought this and sold it back without having to craft it up. So let's take this leather bag, unjumble our whole setup so we can actually put it in the right place. And we should be in a much better position once we situate this a little bit better. We can add our cheese and that's going to be fantastic. The only problem is right now we may actually need to move this out so we actually get a little bit more stamina. Because if we do increase the speed of the axe, our stamina is not going to be able to handle it with the banana. But we should be in a much better position as we move on like this. However, we are going to begin Busted Blade and they're going to be dealing that big damage. We do get that Battle Rage from the very beginning. They did make us resurrect already. If they do hate us again, it's going to be over. Unfortunately, Busted Blade is going to be Busted Blade. And we did get this regular amethyst and I do kind of want to go for Cap Resilience. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to roll and I'm going to be taking this good old fanny pack. Now this double axe is going to be turbo fast. We also want this Captain's Comfort. I'm also going to add this in too. I'm going to roll once more. And we are going to grab this bloody amulet. But for right now, let's go ahead and move on. And see, is this going to be good enough or is it going to fall short? Now we do get that Battle Rage instantly. Our stamina is going to be a huge issue, especially since it's a shunned shield. A shunned shield. However, that damage is scaling up pretty fast. We do resurrect. However, we are definitely going to need a Wolpertinger. That's for sure. We're still pulling ahead, which is kind of awesome. Now that is a second corrupt crystal. We are going to grab 100%. And we're going to have to take this bloody ammo. Now we could offer this up. If we want to. It is going to be more max life, which is fantastic with the Dark Lantern because it does mean we resurrect with more life too. And it does give us Vampirism. I'm going to sell this. We could honestly take this flute for stamina. This might actually be worth grabbing. I'm also going to add this in to our helmet to actually reduce more healing. There's a lot of healing builds right now in the game. So that should be 55% healing reduction. We do want to grab another one of these. Just so we reduce our opponent's healing here even more. Now I am going to roll on. I'm actually going to keep the Bloody Amulet, even though we could be offering it up. We are going to begin another Busted Blade. Except we're running Deerwood Guardian. Which is going to be kind of crazy. They're not going to have crit chance, but they're going to deal that big damage. They're going to have stamina issues. They do have a heroic potion. Now they might not be able to hit with their hunger. Okay, I got stuck for words because they actually, just as I was saying, they're not going to hit with their Busted Blade. They actually managed to get the hit off. Now I do think Busted Blade is not that great with Deerwood Guardian, even with that utility pouch. I think it's much better to go for a different class with that. Now I'm going to grab the potion belts because it can put a flute down here, and we can take another one of these for now. We could also craft a vampiric armor, which I'm actually down for. That's another Bloody Amulet. We can go for a bunch of vampiric armors if you do want. I think for now though, we're just going to be taking this leather armor. Going to let go of this Bloody Amulet, and we're going to move on. With the flute, we should be able to sustain our stamina just a little bit more. Especially adding in another topaz. We do get that battle rage, so we do scale up our damage here pretty fast. Because in battle rage, we actually increase the scaling of damage potential by +3. And actually, smashing. Now, we do also want to get some glowing crowns. And get some mana generation, because then we can get even more invulnerability. But for now, let's take our leather armor. Let's roll. Okay. And smashing. We got 2 fantastic items. And we could also go for, we could sack the double axe now and go for a Darksaber. Darksaber is probably a much better option. But for now, let's sell this little gemstone so we can move this over. Slot down here. Add this in and craft up a second one of these Capital Discoveries. It does mean we cannot add in our box riches as of right now. But it is what it is. And I do want to craft this up. We do lack the storage, unfortunately. So I'm going to sell 1 flame to roll, even though we do have this in our inventory. And unfortunately, we're going to move on with this for now. Now, we do not want to add this into our helmet, because then we lose the dark item. So it shouldn't be too bad. Can we scale up? Our opponent is going to have a lot of flat damage. We do resurrect, get that invulnerability. However, it's going to be close. And just barely. Holy moly. The unkillablest double axe possible. Now, we are going to be taking the storage because I do really want to craft this up pretty badly. Problem is now we do have to find space for this. I'm going to grab the glowing crown for now, and I do want to roll, and we are definitely going to be taking this prismatic orb. This is looking kind of tasty too, but this is also awesome. The only problem with our setup right now is we need a lot of storage, unfortunately. I'm going to sell 1 flame to actually grab this unidentified amulet. And I'm hoping that's going to be something quite awesome. Dominative energy, which honestly is not that great. We do not offer up any buffs. Even though we do offer up our life, it's not technically a buff. So it's not going to be that great. So I'm thinking we might offer up this amulet of energy. And with that, we're going to be moving on. Our glowing crown is not going to be in, which is going to be a little bit bad for us. But see, this shield is going to be a bit of a problem because our stamina is going to be much more of an issue going up against this opponent. But they do not have a crazy amount of damage. However, they are going to be scaling damage. They are going to have that Deerwood Guardian, so they're going to have that damage mitigation. That double axe is scaling, and it's infinitely scaling. And smashing. Now we should be a lot crazier with this vampiric armor, that is for sure. We did get ourselves a chili, which is kind of awesome too. Not gonna lie. However, we do want to take... We do really want to take this prismatic orb. Now that's going to be an extra dark item. It's also going to inflict those debuffs, and we do want to move our whole setup. So vampiric armor can sit up top, because that's going to be more vampirism, which is going to be crazy good. I think for this round though, we're going to be crafting up the glowing crown. We're going to be taking our spike collar. We can take our heart container and offer it up to our offering bowl if we do want to. I'm going to reserve it, but I'm going to roll once. And I do want to take this stamina sack. Now we could also take the flawless sapphire. If we reduce our opponent's healing here by quite a bit, we can literally take this so we attack through armor. Now it's a lot of gold, but it could be worth it. We also may want to take these blueberries. Now we're going to take out our banana in favor of actually adding in our flutes. If you can actually add it in. I'm going to have to sell the chili and a flame to actually take this stamina sack. So we can actually add in our banana and add a flute in here. Now our setup is looking a lot better for us. And we're going to be moving on. Our setup is looking kind of crazy good. I'm not going to lie. Vampiric armor is going to give us a lot of block. We're going to get that vampirism. It's going to be scaling our buffs. We're going to be scaling our damage. But we'll see. I Our stamina still being a bit of an issue. We probably should have took that Wolpertinger. Our opponent's dealing that big damage to us. We get that invulnerability and smashing. Double Axe. Dark Lantern is actually kind of crazy here. Not gonna lie, especially with the Wolf Badge, getting that damage mitigation from the very beginning. And honestly, getting that scaling damage from the beginning, making that double axe, just getting a ton of value. And with that, we did survive 2 lives. Quick DPS check. Our DPS, actually, the true damage, not too crazy. Heals though, not too bad. And then block. Honestly, could be better. But I do believe we can actually make this a lot better, so we're going to be moving on. However, we did get ourselves that King's Crown, which is going to be fantastic. And this is looking kind of tasty. I'm going to be grabbing this. Damn Steel, which is actually going to be quite awesome. Which is going to be kind of awesome. Now, for this round, I'm going to be grabbing this Flawless Sapphire. I'm going to be grabbing the blueberries. I'm not going to be offering this up. However, Flute's going to be a bit of a problem. I'm going to roll once, twice even to find a storage. There's trying to be able we can bite this round. Because unfortunately our Flute's not going to be in anymore. We can take out our banana if we do choose to and have our Flutes in. Is that going to actually be better than having our banana in? Because our banana is guaranteed stamina. I wish we had better gemstones too, because if we had better gemstones, we can put this in for lifesteal or for increased healing efficiency, but it's actually going to be worth it. I'm going to offer up a little bit of healing efficiency. However, I'm going to be keeping our blue gemstones on our axe, just to attack through that armor. However, this is not going to be that great, so it's also not going to be that great because we're not stacking up a crazy amount of mana anyway. And we're going to have to move on. Now, the banana being out is going to be a huge issue, but we did move out our 2 topazes. So that should be able to help with it. But we'll see. Now, with the blueberries in, we have a better chance of stacking up that mana. But is it going to be enough? We do get that invulnerability. We get our invulnerability once again, making us the unkillablest double axe scaling. However, I could be eating my words here because they have a ton of armor. It's going to be close. But just barely. Holy moly. That was close. That was definitely close. For sure. Okay, cheese on sale. Holy moly, we're getting all the good items on sale. I'm going to grab the hard container. I do want to grab the cheese. I do want to roll. That's another shiny ball we do want to grab. That's for sure. Problem is, we're going to have to sell a flame because we are going to need some storage. That's also another glowing crown I do really want to grab. And I think we're going to have to sell our cheese. Yeah, unfortunately, to sell the cheese and 1 flame to take the stamina sack. Because yeah, I'm going to fit in this banana for more stamina. And with that, we're going to be moving on straight away. So now we get some scaling regen. We get even more stamina, which should be fantastic. Now our opponent is stacking about a certain amount of poison, so we are relying on getting that vulnerability. So we should be able to scale up our damage. And just be unkillable. Getting that lifesteal as well from a regular ruby, based on how much damage we're doing. And so far, we get that invulnerability and it's just smashing. Kind of crazy absurd. Now the problem with taking this prismatic orb is because I do want to slot in right here. And the problem with that is this prismatic orb needs to be sitting here. So that means this needs to be in this position too. It does mean we do have a bit of a problem with our vampiric armor unless we slot in here. But we actually really want it in this position. Now it does mean I'm going to actually swap this over here so we can actually add this in. And put this over here, so that's increased healing efficiency with our heart container. Now it does mean we actually cannot take this glowing crown. I'm going to roll. And unfortunately we do really need to add in this banana. So I'm going to sell this blue and this extra flame to take this big old banana. And that's all we can really do for now. We're going to be taking our glowing crown in the next round, so we can get even more invulnerability. But this should be pretty good. We should be in a much better position. We should be able to inflict a lot more debuffs. We should get a lot more scaling potential from our prismatic orbs. Scale up all our buffs, which is going to increase pretty much our whole build efficiency. Now our opponent is also running prismatic orbs as well with a lot of scaling damage. But we do have that invulnerability, and it's just smashing. It's literally just crazy. Now this is the final round, and holy glowing crown, corrupted crystal, crazy shop. Definitely would like to buy everything in the shop. We're definitely going to be taking this crown. Now we could sell a heart container and some other items to actually take this glowing crown, because the more vulnerability that we do get, the better it is going to be for us. But unfortunately, I think this is going to be our final setup. I don't think we're actually going to sell anything. I think this should be good enough. We do have scaling power from our Amethyst Steel. Dark Lantern, definitely been a fantastic shout for our setup. Giving us time to scale up our double axe. Kind of absurd. And especially a nice interaction between the Wolf Badge and the Dark Lantern. To get that battle rage from the very beginning. So our double axe actually gets a ton of scaling at the very beginning. So it just deals a lot more damage throughout the fight. Also, the eye lamp to scale up the accuracy, because accuracy is going to be a huge problem for the double axe. Now, if we go against someone who is scaling a lot of blind on us, that could be a huge issue. And especially with the vampiric armor, just to add to our defense as well. Just scale up a bit of block first as we get that healing. Not too bad. And it's also giving us vampirism from our prismatic orbs. Now overall, crazy fun builds. Let's go ahead and see, is this going to be enough? We do have 3 gold, might as well use it rolling. We can finish off by taking this forging hammer if we do actually want to. But honestly, I do not want to take it, because if we come across someone with a shield, it will eat up our stamina or double axe. So unfortunately, I'm not going to grab it. Now we could have also changed to the Dark Saber. That would have been a fantastic pivot too. Because Dark Lantern, Dark Saber is crazy good too. And that's it. This is our final build. Let's go and see, is this going to be good enough? We'll just have to see. Now we are going to get 2 more seconds of invulnerability, allowing us to scale up our double axe here. However, it is going to take a little bit to scale up that mana. So we do have to survive going up again this crazy setup, which they have made us resurrect already, which is problematic. We do get that invulnerability. Is it going to be enough? Unfortunately, it was close, but just falls a bit short. Our opponent did have a crazy setup with a present, but literally 1 more second. Only 1 more second, our double axe actually would have hit again, smashing down our opponent. Because it would have dealt more than 69 damage. So unfortunately, we barely lost out, but to be honest, this build was a ton of fun. Going double axe, Wolf Badge, Dark Lantern. Definitely a fun build, but we did survive with 2 lives. Let's go ahead and see just how much rank points we got here. Plus 2 lives, rank is up plus 11. And actually, not too bad. But anyways, gonna leave it for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. See you next time.